Okay guys, welcome back to a brand new video. This is Trade Hour. Hopefully you guys are doing good in your trading currently. Hopefully you're sticking to your rules, being disciplined, and overall making an impact and having an edge over the market. So let's get into today's video. What is today's video? Today's video is the 5 don'ts in trading, personally to me, and we'll kick off with number 1. So number 1 is quite simple. The opening bell of the New York time, which is 2:30 p.m. UK time or 8:30 a.m. in New York. This is a time where you do not trade. Why? Because we do 100-point flips to the downside and to the upside continuously. What's that going to do for us prop firm guys? Well, that is going to stop us out of the day if you would top step, and if you're with Apex, it's going to give us a trailing drawdown that we don't want. So usually anywhere between 30 and 45 minutes after the open is what I would suggest you then start trading and trying to debunk where you think price is going to go. So as you can see here, 143 points from the top to the bottom, and that was in 15 minutes. And then we go over here, which was the opening bell. We went up 100 points, and then simultaneously on this big red candlestick we then reverse. So don't trade in this hour, 2:30 UK time on futures Nasdaq and 8:30 at New York times. Let's get into number 2. Number 2. So what is number 2 going to be? Well, it's quite simple for me. When you're a new trader and you're struggling and you haven't defined your strategy, your rules, and your mental discipline, this is something you will do. So quite a lot of us, when we first come into trading, we don't have a strategy, we don't have a plan, we don't know nothing. What that then allows us to do is to make sloppy decisions, get stopped out quickly, and overall get burnt out. How do we avoid this? So when new traders, and my number 1 pet peeve and my number 1 rule is you never go into a trade just off one bar. What I mean by that, so let's picture this bar right now. I'll highlight this on screen as we currently go. This right now, just because this is going to the upside doesn't mean that we get in. And what I mean by that is not having any indicators to show you, not going over some certain rules that you have, but solely going on single candlesticks because they're going up doesn't warrant you to get into a trade. And that's what a lot of new people do, and that is gambling. And when you gamble, you're gambling not for your win's sake, but to the market, and what the market's going to do is the market's going to eat you up. So that's number 2. Okay guys, so number 3, which isn't a massive pet peeve of mine, however this has helped me a lot, and also on the flip side it's not helped me. So what I mean by this is if you can currently see my cursor on the screen, when you go to place an order, let's just say TradingView or Tradeovate or whoever you use, is never to go in at market price. If you want to learn to be more patient, you want to understand your strategy, you want to follow certain rules, a lot of us good traders like myself and profitable traders will always use limit orders. Don't get me wrong, sometimes you are allowed to use the market order. However, if you want to become an overall better trader, I advise you to use limit orders and let the price hit that limit order and stay patient whilst you're doing it. If it doesn't hit it, then don't take the trade, not a problem. Don't have fear of missing out. Okay, so number 4, another one of my pet peeves is having too many indicators on chart that you, 1, don't understand, 2, that aren't going to help you, and 3, that all do the same things. However, it's how you interpreted them. So what I mean by this is, as you can see on my screen, I have liquidity voids, I have oversold and overbought, I also have liquidity swings, I have the RSI, I have cumulative delta volume, I also have volume on my screen. This is not going to help me. Just because I have a bunch of these on the screen does not mean that this is going to make me profitable. What you need to understand is price action. You also need to understand and have a thesis on where do you think the market's going for the day. You need to look at previous markets, lows and highs. You also need to understand the fact of trend lines, technical analysis. Indicators alone will not make you profitable. However, if you have a rule in place for indicators and they do actually help, and you only go in after a certain rule is hit and that makes you profitable, which sometimes it will, then by all means you can do that. But having this amount of added indicators will not help you any more than you think it will. I can promise you that. Stick to a couple that you know, followed by price action and trend lines, and you will be golden. Okay, guys, so this brings us on to number 5, and I have been privy to this, so I'm not going to be so harsh on this. This is revenge trading. So as you can see by my screen, if you see this long option here, so let's just say we bought in to buy and we think the price is going to go up and go above the all-time highs. However, we had a big 80-point slump to the downside from once we put in, and we got burnt. Maybe we cut our ties after 400 bucks, 400 pounds, 800 bucks, whatever you want to call it. This does not warrant us to then be mad, to be anxious, to think that we need to get this money back. Because all you're going to do is you're going to burn yourself out. And especially if you're a prop firm trader, this is going to kill you. Revenge trading is not necessary. You be patient after a trade has gone wrong and you trust your analysis again. If that turns out to be the wrong thing and you get stopped out for the day, then so be it. However, you're building strong foundations, but revenge trading straight after you made a loss is not going to help you, especially when you add more contracts. That's a recipe for disaster. Anyway, guys, I'm going to be bringing some really exciting stuff to the next few videos. I will tell you what it is. It is £50 to 100k. However, more on that soon. Peace, guys, and wait for the next video because you're going to love it.